Hi guys, welcome to Varco Kitchens. I'm Dale and today we're going to be going through the different types of kitchen sink that you can have in your new kitchen project. So I'm here next to the Franke stand. Franke have been sink and tap makers for way longer than I've been alive, and they basically specialise and they hone in on just these main core parts of the water side of your kitchen. So going to go through the main differences here, and then we're going to move on to some other ones that are a bit more involved with the worktop side of things. So all the ones you see here are what we call an inset sink. Now what that means is your fitter will cut a hole in the worktop and the sink will go into that hole. It will sit proud, whether or not it's by a chunk or by not a lot at all, and then that will be sealed in and become part of your worktop. Now what we have here, this one here is a stainless steel sink. This one's a bowl and a half. As you can see, we have the half bowl here. It's a universal one, as you'll have a hole at each side. One will be capped with obviously a nice finishing piece, and the other one will take your tap. Bulletproof, go-to sink really for most kitchens. Stainless steel is not scratchless steel, so it will scratch, but when it is all scratched, you won't notice it's scratched, so it's win-win. So that is kind of one of our most popular kind of sink types. So what we have here are what they call Fragranite sinks, which basically is a resin cast sink rather than one made out of metal. The main benefits here is we have a much more stabilised colour, much higher scratch resistance, and also they are sanitized, which means the hygiene side of it is a lot higher because there's not the texture for any bacteria to sit on, which makes a big difference with them being clean and staying clean. You'll notice here that you have this one as a bowl and a half, and the one below me is just a single bowl. They do obviously come in varying widths and sizes to suit what size you've got. Usually though, a single bowl will give you a larger single bowl, and a twin bowl will sacrifice the large bowl to give you the half. Moving on to this side of things, we have what we call undermount sinks. Now, there are two main types of undermount sinks. There are undermount sinks like the one I'm standing to here, which is leaning more into the Belfast side of things, where you can actually see the front of the sink and the worktop has a definite break through it. That particular one, they're normally China, you know, you would have heard of Belfast sink, Butler sink, that sort of thing. And essentially that will sit on a smaller unit. The front of the sink will be a feature to your kitchen, and then we will have the worktop cut around it. Great finish, always very hard wearing. This is a Franke one as well. The only thing to bear in mind with this is it does limit the worktop choices that you can have. To do this in laminate would be not the best idea because you'd have to edge it, the water would get in, it wouldn't like it, everyone would be very unhappy. So probably don't do that. The second type of undermount sink is what we call an encapsulated one. So what that means is the worktop will actually go all the way round the sink, and you will have the sink will be fitted from underneath. They can be China like this one, or they can be stainless steel like the ones we saw earlier. Again, very popular. Both of these have the option to put some cool drainer grooves in, so you can get that finish as well. Both of which involve you fitting the tap separately to the sink, whereas those ones there, the tap is part of the sink. And yeah, pros and cons for all, but they're the kind of two main differences for sinks there.